European Solheim Cup team fully taking shape today. A big day for captain Suzann Pettersen with her 4 captain's picks to complete her 12-player team. Albane Valenzuela getting ready to make her Solheim Cup debut, while we have some returning vets with Emily Pedersen, Georgia Hall, and Anna Nordqvist, who will once again reprise her role as a playing vice captain. So you see those 4 captain's picks. Lav, what comes to mind with her selections?
What comes to mind, George, is that you have to appreciate Suzann Pettersen as a captain. She doesn't get bogged down in advanced analytics or metrics. She talks a lot about heart and fire and composure and feistiness and new blood, and that's exactly what you see with the 4 additions that she has now on her team. Anna Nordqvist, I think, was probably a little bit controversial on the outside. To her, she called her a pretty obvious one, but as a playing vice captain, just all that goes into it, potentially taking a spot away from a player who's more informed, but she called her sort of a big sister role. Georgia Hall is a known quantity, at least in Suzann Pettersen's mind. Emily Pedersen is a match play specialist, a player who played all 5 matches in Spain. I guess the wild card here is just the rookie in Albane Valenzuela, but you look at the way that she has played recently, 3 consecutive top 25s, was in the mix just this past week at the AIG Women's Open. It's hard to quibble with any of these picks, and then I think when you look at this full roster with just 2 newcomers, this is basically a team where Suzann Pettersen knows what she's going to get. She knows she's had success, not just in Spain, but the previous 2 Solheim Cups as well. This is a very formidable team as it looks to make history and win 4 in a row.
Big picture, do you think that you almost need to do that when you're trying to win a road Solheim Cup versus if you're at home, then potentially you could have more rookies in the mix?
I think so. I think you want to go with some of the known quantities that you have. You know, when you get into a team room, you want to know who the potential pairings you're going to have. You don't want to be figuring that out week of or trying to figure out which golf ball you want to hit in alternate shot and that sort of thing. So I do think from Suzann Pettersen's mind, again, she does not go necessarily by what the computer is spitting out at her. A lot of it is going to be instinctual. It's going to be in her gut. I look forward to talking to her just in a couple moments here, because when I covered the Solheim Cup last year, it was a talk among the reporters like, wow, she's really bucking the conventional wisdom. When they got down 4-0 after the opening session, there was a lot of hand-wringing over the pairings that she'd sent out there, the order in which she was doing so, had she made the right choices that she'd actually put on the team. For them to come out then with a 14 all-tie was certainly vindication, validation for what Suzann Pettersen was trying to do as a captain.
Well, and we always have the knee-jerk reaction based on the first session, where one captain's a savant and the other captain's an imbecile, based on this small snapshot of 4 matches, when big picture, there's 28 points on the line. So we really overvalue what you see very early on based on the entire composition of what the Solheim Cup entails.
And Suzann Pettersen has the perfect temperament, where she's not easygoing, where if you do get into that 4-0 hole early, like, she's going to light a fire on you, make sure that you're locking in, making sure that you know that you're letting your team down, and this is not going to stand over the remaining 4 sessions that you're going to have. To me, like, Suzann Pettersen is the perfect captain. You really don't want someone who's just spitting out what the computers are telling you. Yes, there's obviously a place for that, and that can inform some of your pairings. But ultimately, it's Suzann Pettersen's legacy that's on the line, and she's trusting what she knows in her gut and in her heart, and I think that makes her a very effective captain.
And she's trying to do what Katrina Matthew did, and that's win back-to-back, one at home. She retained the cup and one on the road as well. I'm also fascinated by what goes into making these captains pick selections. And also, there were 2 names that were on the Solheim Cup team last year, Gemma Drybera and Caroline Hadwall, who aren't on the team this year. And some of the other names that were maybe considered in the mix, Bronte Law, who's leading the Ladies European Tour Order of Merit. Alexandra Fosterling has had 4 LET wins. She's just 24 years old, dating back to last September. So she's kind of an ascendant name on the rise. And I know that you not only have to determine maybe who's in form, who's a veteran presence, how personalities will match. There's a lot of variables, and I feel like with Suzann Pettersen, when you've just retained a cup, you've built up a lot of equity in that team room and just with the European squad in total, especially given her pedigree, having played in 9 Solheim Cups as well.
It isn't interesting, too, the ebb and flow that you see of this event where 6 or 8 years ago, the European team, it felt like they were just trying to fill out their 12-woman roster, where here is, now you mentioned the players who were sort of on the cutting room floor. You could have gone 14, 15, 16 deep with this European Solheim Cup team, as opposed to just sort of filling out that roster. I think it shows the European strength. A lot of them are under the age of 28 in the prime of their career. This looks like a team that potentially could be built to last as well.
Yeah, trying to get 4 in a row. They've won, what, 5 of the last 7, I believe. I mean, it's been quite the run of European dominance in the Solheim Cup. But they have been razor-thin margins in which they've been able to either retain or win the Solheim Cup recently. So here's the 12-player roster. Charlie Hull, Esther Henzelet, who won the silver medal at the Women's Olympic Golf Competition. You see Celine Boutier, just some of the names that are on the roster. We're going to have Suzann Pettersen, the captain, next.